Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? Back for episode number 2 is the Lumberjack. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing awesome, Mike. Ready? I'm very excited to talk about this one because I think this one is something that will help a lot of people realize what they've been missing.
Yeah, one of the things that I have sensed, and I think this is all social media related, is
Yeah.
there seems to be a disproportionate amount of folks thinking they only need to make one bet and it's going to
Yeah.
be a home run or a grand slam or whatever, a
Yeah.
touchdown, whatever your analogy is. And that's going to set them up for the rest of your life. And
Yeah.
that's not how investing works. Yes, you can win the lottery, but it's not what you should plan for. Investing is far more about base hits, singles and doubles consistently done than one massive thing. And I just think more people need to realize that. I think there are so many people getting involved in things that they don't understand. They had a beginning, what I call it is fear of missing out, then beginner's luck. Then they go, what if, then they go all in and on margin or leverage, and they get blown out. And I think that just happened over the weekend to so many people in the crypto space. But it's a mindset. You don't have to do one bet to be retired. And I just wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think if that's your strategy, you need to go back to the drawing board and start again because you've not learned the lessons of life, right? Yeah. And you know what, Mike? We're going to put the fun back in fundamentals. It's just, and I joke because there's really nothing fun about doing all the homework. Yeah. There's really nothing fun about a lot of that stuff. Like I don't get all pumped up to learn some different approach. Yeah. I do now. Before when I was younger, didn't care a whole lot about it. Now I care a lot more because I'm like, anything that can help me win a deal now, I want to get that advantage. Yeah. But I think the biggest and most difficult, most challenging thing is recognizing that it is about the base hit, one after the other, especially when we're talking about, Saturday on your session that you do, your live streamcast. Yep. Was awesome because somebody asked, hey, I've got my market yields 1% on deals and I'm looking at one that's 3%. And then his question was, I believe it was him, but their question was, should I do that 3% deal? And your answer was priceless. It was like, yeah, so the market norm is 1 and you're getting 3. Yeah, do it. Yeah. Like, yeah, do it. Yeah. That's a great deal, right?
For that market.
Without knowing anything else that was going on with that deal, on paper, that at least was a really, really strong deal. And I think it's much the same for us, which is, some people are like, oh, well, 3%, I wouldn't get out of bed and for that in the morning. Well, 3% of 100 million over a 20-year period, like that adds up,
Well,
the thing is that
the key thing for me is I think too many people arrogantly think that it's all about the bigger yields better. And I fundamentally don't believe that. Yes, no. I know 8% is more than 3. You don't have to tell me that. But if I want to invest in my backyard, which is my right, and my market average in that case is 1%, but that's my choice. Yeah. Then by all means, if you can triple average, go, right? Just go.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I mean, I got comments back from that. Why would you tell someone to do a 3% deal? I'm like, his average was 1.
Right.
3 is bigger than 1.
And and if his sole criteria was, I want it to be where I already live, I don't want to move. And I don't want to build a team elsewhere. Yeah. I want it to be where I already live. Well, you know what? He'll probably make up some of those points by being able to self-manage.
Exactly. Yeah. It's you. Yep. Too many investors look at what other investors are doing and either judge them or judge them. Stop it. It is your lane. Yeah. It is your portfolio. It is your money. It is your skill set. Go do you. Don't tell someone they're an idiot because they're doing a 3% deal. That's not cool. You don't know what drove them there, right?
That's right. That's right. You don't know what their market is. And that's why, Mike, I think it's fair to mention at this point for folks that watch us this is why we need a lot more information than what people provide us. Is this a good deal or not?
Yes.
That's why you got to take the course, watch 1,000 hours of this stuff, or at least 100 hours of this stuff.
At least, yeah.
Because, I literally had somebody send me an MLS listing. They threw it over to me. As a friend of mine, he sent me something over. He goes, "What do you think of this?" And I go, "It's a house." He's like, "Yeah, I know it's a house. I'm not an idiot." And I go, "Then what do you think? You think I'm an idiot? Like, I don't know. What do you mean? What do I think of it? I don't know. What it's a pretty color.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't give me any numbers."
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what it rents for. I don't know what your plan is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's
so I'm not, just so everyone knows, I'm not making fun of a newbie. I'm making fun of a friend of mine. Like, this is what they sent me over. So I'm busting his stones.
Yeah.
I'm giving him a hard time because I'm not, I've made available to him all the things, Mike's stuff and my stuff. And I'm like, dude, read. You're gonna have to read. You're gonna do the work.
Yeah,
you gotta do the work. Like, I'm not just because I can probably put the thing together. If you give me 7 numbers, I can probably put it together. That's not on me. I'm not your calculator for that. Like, figure that out.
Yeah.
And get good at it. Good at a skill. It's a skill to find a deal, right?
Exactly. It's a skill. And because it's a skill, it can be learned. That is the thing. You're not born with it. You and I were not born with some innate ability to see through a house and see the future. No, we've done the work and it's a skill. And because it's a skill, everybody can learn it. That's priceless right there.
It is. I mean, that's the thing is it's just like if you learn the stock market and learn stocks and, learn how to trade and learn, the different types of trading that there are, whether it's algorithmic or chart based or whatever path you choose, they all are skills. And when it comes to real estate, this is absolutely what's in One Rental at a Time. I know, because I read it. What's in that course is, here is the approach that Mike took to build the empire he has. These are the steps. So at the end of the day, it's just like, it's like a Weight Watchers commercial, right? It's the results here may vary. It's all how you apply those rules to what you're looking at. And the key is having that criteria that Mike set out, or that I've set out in some of my stuff, having that criteria that we've set out to say, these are the metrics and these are the numbers by which drove our decision. Well, then that's going to put you in a likely better scenario than someone else, because it's not just that we're teaching you how to do math. We're teaching you how to apply the math. And that's what ranges differently in every single market.
Yeah.
I just did a deal that's 14% return on capital.
And what is average for your market?
6.5, maybe.
I would say if you're doubling average, that would be a great deal.
I didn't send you an email and ask if you thought it was a good deal, because I felt I could make that decision on my own.
Mike, average is 6%. I'm doing 14. What do you think?
Yeah. Hey, Mike, thoughts? 14? but even let's get nuts, right? Let's say even average in my area was 14%.
Okay.
Wouldn't you still always do a 14% return on capital deal or yield deal in your case?
Well, yeah, the only reason I wouldn't do a 14 if average was 20. I mean, that's the only, if you really want to get nuts.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, Mike, you find that market, we're going together.
That's right.
We'll show up in an RV, an Airbnb, and we'll just start buying stuff. Yeah. Sign me up for that.
Exactly.
Find me that market. But I just think so. Like I said, this isn't to make fun of anybody. This is just to make sure that you guys understand. Certainly, have fun along the way, but the numbers are what the numbers are, and largely, what the purpose of doing it by the numbers is that it takes feelings out of the equation. Well, I feel like. Well, I think that. It's numbers. It's really largely, there's a mathematical equation to it. And the first rule in real estate that we don't often talk about, location, right?
For sure.
It's like, and I got offered a property that is literally, its back door is probably 17 steps away from train tracks.
Ooh.
I don't care that the guy was able to get a decent return out of it for a year or two. Like, that is not a fit for me.
There you go.
So.
There you go. Well, I love the fact that, again, we just keep highlighting. I absolutely believe being a great real estate investor is a skill, and because it's a skill, everybody can learn it.
Totally agree with you, Mike. Totally agree. And it's really the most correlated to experience, learning, understanding. But think about how little you need to invest dollar-wise to become that.
Yeah.
Like a few $100 on your course, some time and hours, looking at even what other people say,
Yeah.
you put all that stuff together, that's enough experience to get started. I mean, where else are you starting down a path that likely will make you a millionaire later on in life,
Yeah.
where you're doing that for a few $100? I don't know of any other thing that's like that.
Yeah. And it's working every week. I do that positive impact score, and we're ranging between 4 and 8 deals a week that students
I
are
didn't
doing.
see yesterday's. What was yesterday's?
Yesterday was 5 deals last week. Yeah. Pretty cool.
That's 5 people that changed their future with a deal. 5.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Dude, that's awesome.
Very cool, man. Well, thank you for your time. I got an exciting one for number 3. Thanks, buddy.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.